All right, so we're set up. Understandit, you own the stage right now.
Bring up my notes. Mike. Hello. Yes, my name is Joel. I work for Understandit. It's a web firm here from Gothenburg. We've been working with Drupal since 2006-2007, something like that. And yeah, it's a great tool, it's a great community. And this session will be about a classifier, which is a Spotify app powered by Drupal as a backend. So the title that was in the program wasn't really that great. So classifier could mean anything, but this is a Spotify app. So everybody uses Spotify? Like 3 people? And you have used the apps, or you know what it is? Some of you maybe use Classify even? Yeah, some people that doesn't work and understand it. Great. I should begin with a small demonstration of the app, just so you know what it's about. I don't know if this works. Can you hear me? Yeah? So, what it is here it is. The tagline is easy access to the world of classical music, and that's exactly what it is. It's an app that runs in Spotify that lets users find classical music. And you can browse them by, you have some recommended playlists and albums. You can browse by composer, so if you like Debussy, just press it. And you get all these albums and playlists that have that composer. And you can switch composer. Oh, that's the same. Warrant. That's a hard one. Yeah, you get the idea. And you can also browse by era, or mood, or even by instrument. And what they're called themes. You can see operas and symphonies and stuff like that. So, if you are interested in guitar music, just play guitar and just play some music, hopefully. Yeah, great. So I will begin with some background information about this project. Like 1.5 years ago, we started developing a site called Spotify Playlists for a company called X5 Music Group, which is a record company, record label, that is working a lot with just digital music, packaging digital music, and also a lot with classical music. And they wanted to have a site that was kind of like a bridge between Spotify and their music, because you can't really promote your music on Spotify. Well, you can promote your music outside Spotify and a link to it. Then you get plays, then you get money. Yeah, you get the idea. So, they wanted a site, they can promote the music, and they also wanted to have a community for user engagement. So, what it is, anyone can sign up for Spotify playlists, create playlists, comment playlists, share playlists, like in Facebook or other social medias. And also, that's the next slide, I'm sorry. Yeah, so a bit technical information about Spotify playlists is, it's all about categorization, right? Because the thing is you need to find the music. And Drupal is really, really good at categorization with the taxonomy modules. And we use it for free tagging, we use it for genres, themes, promoted content. So it's a very heavy taxonomist page. But the other thing is, you can't let the users log on to Spotify playlists and then they have to print every track from the playlist to the website. This is reasonable. So we developed a system to sync content from the Spotify APIs into Drupal. And we use a kind of a background process that we use Drupal queues, and we put jobs in that queue, and we have a worker who fetches data and images from Spotify. populates the nodes. And it works really great. We have about 150,000 nodes on that site now. Our biggest sites counted like that, and a lot of users. And it runs great. But Spotify announced we are going to release our app platform. And both from our side and from our client side, really thought we need to make an app because it's a new cool platform, and it's always it's good to be the first one on a new platform, right? Because you get the attention and it's always fun to develop new things. So, and they saw this use case because classical music is especially hard to find on Spotify because well, you don't have subgenres. I mean, it's hard to find, well, I'm not classical music from the romance area, for example, or you won't find Bach, because the album artist in Spotify is often not the composer. So, well, if you're searching about Bach, then you search the London Symphony Orchestra, or the Prague Orchestra, or something like that. So we had a really strong need that we thought we could fill this app. So, and then we dive into the app API for Spotify. And I thought I would make a small demonstration here as well because it's really easy. It's just HTML and JS, JavaScript that we all use daily. Most of us use daily. So, I made actually a small app just for today that I call Drupal DBA. This runs like a web page inside the Spotify platform. And all you need to have this is a developer account on Spotify, which you can get just by filling out a form. So it's not hard at all. It doesn't really do anything now, right? It's just a nice logo from the homepage and a hello world message. So we need to do something with it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, so this is actually the source code. You can see I copied out a lot of JavaScript there. So it's, yeah, HTML5, charset, title, some CSS, and a really easy structure. Just a body, some div elements and header elements. Yeah. So, as you can see there, on the onload event on the body, I run some JavaScript. I'm not going to go into details about this because if you go to developer.spotify.com, this is basically just copy-paste from their first tutorial. So it's better you go there and learn for yourself. But I'm going to show something here. How easy it is. Just by, 10, 15 lines of code. And we can have a... Oh, this is harder when you know how to mic actually. Yeah, and we play some music, and we reload the application. We have to save as well. Yeah, and you get the current playing artist on the, it's easy like that. You got an event from Spotify, but I mean, you need to do something else. So I have a small example more I can show you, and that is. I made a small JavaScript function just play a good song that basically just feeds the player object with play the song. And this is a Spotify internal URI, you've certainly seen them before. And the hard thing now is I don't think this link is going to show actually. Yeah, there it is. So I just play a good song. So basically, with techniques we use every day in our normal work environment, we can make this awesome Spotify apps. And I mean, you can do this one for yourself, and you can like, this is my best albums or something. Just play with it. It's really fun. But you can also submit them to Spotify and make a product out of it. Yeah, and here's the basic structure behind it, and here's where Drupal comes in, really. Because all the data that is fetched by Classify is stored on a Drupal site, actually on Spotify.com. It's the exact same site, the same structures really. We just output the data as JSON instead of HTML. So we have the Spotify app that runs in a WebKit browser inside Spotify. So you have all the APIs you're used to with the WebKit, and you have the Spotify API as well. So what you do is we use JPEG actually. We just do a normal AS request to the site, to the endpoint, to the data endpoint. You get some JSON back, you populate the list in Classify, and of course you cache it on the local storage. And this is the nice thing, because you can't really use the local storage JavaScript HTML5 API as it is today, because browser compatibility and compatibility. Thank you. But you can use it here because you know exactly the browser is going to run it. It's WebKit, and but of course you go updating and stuff like that. But I mean, it's standards, so you can you don't need browser testing. You can just it works in Spotify and it works, and that's a really nice way to work when you're more accustomed to the classical way where people work when we have to test them in 15 browsers and different versions. Yeah, and we use taxonomies, as I said, views, and we use JSON module. We choose not to use the services module because we have so much infrastructure already there, so we just can plug it in. And it works wonderfully. It's worked over expectations, really, because we had almost 1 million users of the app in the first month. And of course, that is fun for us, but for the client, it's really good, because what do they want? They want people to play their music on Spotify. And apparently they do. So we are now in the process of doing a version 2 with new cool features like more what are you doing? Granular categorization and you can have subcategories. I mean, you want Baroque music, but you just want German Baroque music from the 1780s or something. And stuff like that. And that is going to come in a couple of weeks. So I hope now you will check out our app, the Classify on Spotify, and check out the Spotify API on developer.spotify.com and try it out, because it's really fun if you like music and you like web development, which I think is about 95% in here. Yeah, so we will take some questions if you have any.
How do you install the app locally?
Oh, that is also well, if you have an app in the already in the client, I mean, like one of these release apps, they are downloaded from some kind of shared resource. But if you're just developing, and this is explained on the developer side, you just create a catalog in your home folder called Spotify, and you create a subfolder with your app name. And you just, you fill it with the manifest file and then the index file. And then you just, as you see here, Spotify app, Drupal GWG. And that is a local app. That is, of course, this is a local app. Yeah, you can, so you can't find this in the Spotify app finder yet. So I can actually show you. It's only a few pictures, an index file, and a manifest file. Any more questions? Yes?
Would it be possible for an independent rock band to publish their own app?
I don't really know the policy Spotify has with apps, but I would. Well, if you can see what kind of apps Spotify releases today, that would be like probably not. But you could probably release a platform for bands to publish the music on Spotify or something like that. so quiet. This is the time I will begin my stand-up career. Just to fill the space. No, that was all for me, so if you don't have any more questions, we'll take lunch now, right? Thank you.